Hey, I'm Greg Pimlott. I'm the pastor of Main Street United Methodist Church. This chapter of Rediscover Jesus, the book that our church has been using as a Lenten devotional, features hardly any words that were written by the author, Matthew Kelly. Instead, almost the entire chapter is one long quotation by Lee Strobel, who's the author of the book, The Case for Christ. And in this extended quotation, Lee Strobel describes the experience that he had of learning that his wife, who like him at the time had not been a person of faith, had recently become a Christian. And he goes on from there to describe his own journey, seeking answers, exploring evidence, and eventually becoming a follower of Jesus himself. Well, one thing that struck me as I read his words in today's chapter is that while Lee Strobel became famous for his search for answers and for his description of that search, which he wrote down in his book, it was actually his wife's faith and her willingness to share her faith with her husband that caused him to start the search that brought him to faith himself. The most common way that somebody comes from faith is through someone else. By hearing someone else talk about Jesus, by seeing someone else and the way they live and wanting to live like they do. Which means that God wants us to be that person for someone else. Maybe it's somebody in your family, maybe it's somebody in your friends group, maybe it's somebody at work or at school. So as we're looking inward during this season of Lent, exploring our own spiritual condition, if we're people of faith in Jesus Christ, it's also important that we be looking outward for opportunities to share the gospel of Jesus with others who need to hear it for the first time.